breakfast, lunch, dinner as the three meals of the day. But you would say tea for dinner.
It's very common in the north of England to say tea. Yeah, what are we having for tea? I have pasta for tea. Yeah, that's very, very, very common.
That's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, and people say dinner for lunch. So breakfast and tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mary. Okay.
Thank you very much.
From England. Okay. Mary, would you like to introduce yourself maybe in Spanish? Because Mary can speak Spanish as well.
Okay. Hola a todos. Soy Mary de Reino Unido. Soy profesora de inglés también. En el pasado viví en España y Colombia y sí, tuve buenas experiencias y me gustaría aprender más de Argentina.
Okay, Mary, welcome. Welcome. Well, with Mary, we decided to record this video for you so that you can learn more about life in the UK. Yes, and we will discuss common topics such as food, sports, and we will see certain slang words, yes, that British people use. Okay, so Mary, let's start talking about food in the UK because we hear that English people have a big breakfast, or that they have a cup of tea at 5 o'clock. Is that really true?
Very good questions. Well, of course, we are famous for tea. That's very true. I would say that we drink tea anytime. There isn't a particular time, but no, we don't stop and everybody gets together at 5 o'clock. No, most people actually finish work at 5, so they want to leave the office and go home. But no, we just drink tea at any time, breakfast, mid-morning, afternoon, evening, whenever. Coffee is also very, very popular as well. It's the trendy drink here. So there are many coffee shops and cafes. But yeah, just to tell you a little bit more about the tea. So the tea that we typically drink here is a strong black tea called breakfast tea. And we normally have it with just a little amount of cold milk, and then sugar is optional. So yeah, that's how we normally drink tea.
Okay, so and about like strong tea.
Yeah, it's strong, but because we add milk to it, then that weakens the flavor, so it's not too strong when we add milk.
Not too strong. Yeah.
And about the breakfast, yeah, of course, I'm sure you and your viewers have heard of English breakfast, or there's also Scottish breakfast or Irish breakfast as well, which is very, very big. It usually comes with fried eggs or scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, hash browns, which are small fried potatoes, mushrooms, tomato, baked beans, toast. It's very, 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 very big. But no, we don't normally eat that every day. It's very, very big. Usually people just have it at the weekend, or if they go to a cafe or something. During the week when people are working, they have something fast, like cereal, like Kellogg's, or in my case, I have porridge.
So I can see that your traditions, your English traditions, are not that different from Argentinian traditions because, for example, you mentioned tea. You have tea all the time. Okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You have tea at in any part of the day, and we have our mate. Yes, okay.
Yeah, I heard about mate.
Yes. And we have mate, and at weekends on Sunday we usually have roasted meat with vegetables. Yes, that's a typical meal. And well, pasta, we love pasta as well, and pizza. We are pizza lovers. Are you British people pizza lovers?
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of Italian restaurants here. People love pasta as well, and pizza. Yeah, there are a lot of takeaways like pizza takeaways, and people like making pasta at home or pizza at home. So yeah, definitely.
Mary, okay, tell me about alcoholic drinks. Do British people drink lots of alcohol? Is that true?
It is true, yes. It's a big part of the culture here, alcohol. Yeah, many social events involve alcohol. People, like at the weekends or in the evenings, a lot of people like spending time at the pub or bars. When people socialize with family and friends, it often involves an alcoholic drink. It is a big part of the culture here. And people here like every type of drink, I have to say. People like many things, but of course, we have typical British beers. For example, we have what we call lager, which is the light, like root beer type beer. And we also have what we call ale or bitter, which are similar to lager, but sometimes they are darker. And people usually drink pints of beer here, or you can get half pints as well. You can get bottled beer, but what we call the draft beer, the pints or the half pint, are the most popular here.
Yes.
And we have a drink called shandy, which is a combination of lager, the light beer, and a lemonade. So sometimes people have that when they want a refreshing drink. So you cannot, you can go to the pub or the bar and order a half pint of shandy or a pint. So yeah, that's
right. Let's talk about sports. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that we will agree here that the most popular sport for British people and for Argentinians is football. Is football, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. We definitely agree. I am actually the worst person to talk about football because I am not a football fan, unfortunately. However, yes, as you just mentioned, football is hugely popular in the UK. People support their local teams and they all support their national teams as well. So yeah, it's very common for people to either go to the stadium to watch a match, or you can watch some of the matches at a pub or a bar, or depending on the match or the league, sometimes you can watch them on TV. Probably like in Argentina, you can't watch all of them. So sometimes people go to the pub or a bar to watch as well. In my case, I'm from Manchester originally. And of course, we have two very famous teams, Manchester United and Manchester City. Although I'm not a football fan myself, I'm from the part of Manchester which is United territory. So people call themselves, you're either a red or a blue. If you're a Manchester United fan, you're a red, and if you're a Manchester City fan, you're a blue. So although I'm not a red myself, I would be a red if I like football.
Mary, can you teach us, some words that you use? For example, you were telling me about slang words or very informal words that you use every day.
So the first one then is when I greet somebody I know, I normally say hiya or all right. That's a typical way that we say that here. We're very informal in the UK. We don't normally say good morning, good afternoon. We're just very informal. We say hiya or all right, which is kind of are you all right? But we often shorten it to all right. Or instead of saying good morning, we just say morning. Or we say instead of good afternoon, we say afternoon, evening. So yeah, that's a typical way if you want to say hello to someone in the UK, hiya or all right.
Hiya or all right, instead of saying hi or hello. Yeah, the typical hi or hello would be hiya or all right.
Yeah, you can say hi as well. That is also common, but we don't normally say hello. It's a little bit formal. Like I said, I'm from Manchester, which is in the north of England, and we have some northern English slang. So yeah, we call a sandwich a butty.
Butty, okay.
It's very different from the word sandwich, but we say, for example, a chip butty when you get chips from the chip shop, or you can have a bacon butty, or a cheese butty, or a ham butty.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no, yes, go ahead.
No, I just remembered some other slang as well. So we also say when we're very happy. This is a slang for the UK in general or England. We say chuffed. I don't know if you've heard that before. When you're very 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 happy. Oh, I'm chuffed about the promotion, for example. We also have dodgy, which is something suspicious or untrustworthy. So
should pay attention to that.
yeah, don't go to that part of town. It's a bit dodgy.
Right.
And just to go back to the food thing, actually, that we talked about tea before, the drink, but in Northern England, people also call their evening meal tea as well. That's very common. Yeah. So they say dinner for the lunch for the
dinner, yes,
midday,
okay.
and then
we learn breakfast, lunch, dinner as the three meals of the day. But you would say tea for dinner.
It's very common in the north of England to say tea. Yeah, what are we having for tea? I had pasta for tea. Yeah, that's very, very, very common.
That's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, and people say dinner for lunch. So breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would have breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Yeah, that's how people
Those
say
would be the three meals of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this lovely talk. I learned new words to myself, okay, and new things about you, British people. Yes, and so, okay, and you are always welcome to join us in another conversation. Yes.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, Mary. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thanks a lot. Take care.